All right, let's talk about a product most of us only think about when we're in a bit of a panic, the humble air mattress. I know it sounds kind of boring, right? But it's actually an amazing case study for building a smart, profitable, and really focused online business. So let's inflate this idea and see what makes it tick.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to uncover why this everyday product is secretly a hidden gem for e-commerce. Then, we'll get really specific. We'll talk about finding your perfect customer and how to earn their trust. And finally, we'll connect the dots from having a great idea to launching a real-life online store. And you'll see how it can happen way faster than you think.
Okay, first things first, the opportunity. So what on earth makes a simple inflatable rectangle of plastic the perfect product to build a business around? Well, it all kicks off with a very familiar sudden moment of dread.
We have all been there, right? You get that text, "Can't wait to see you this weekend." And your first thought isn't, "Oh, this'll be so fun." It's, "Oh no, where are they going to sleep?" That exact moment, that urgent problem that needs solving right now, that's where a smart business is born.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. This isn't a want purchase, it's a need purchase. People aren't just buying a product, they are buying a solution. They need a guest bed for this weekend, a temporary bed while they're moving, or something for a camping trip that starts on Friday. That urgency is your single biggest marketing advantage.
So why is this a perfect fit for an online store? Well, it starts with that urgent problem. But the real magic is in the add-ons. You're not just selling a mattress, you're selling a complete sleeping solution. The pump, the patch kit, maybe even the pillows. And because your customer is in a hurry, they are desperate for clear, simple information. If you can be the seller who provides that clarity, you instantly stand out and win the sale.
Okay, but here's the thing. You can't just toss a picture of an air mattress online and hope for the best. You've got to know exactly who you're talking to. This is all about being the perfect choice for a specific person, not just an okay choice for everybody.
Think about it. Are you selling to the host who wants their guests to be super comfortable? Or are you selling to the camper who cares way more about weight and how small it packs down? Each of these people has a totally different problem to solve. The parent planning a sleepover has different needs than the person moving into a new apartment. Your job is to pick one of them and become their go-to, trusted expert.
And you know, no matter who your customer is, they all share the same fundamental anxieties. It's that 2 a.m. fear, right? Am I going to wake up on the cold, hard floor? Is this thing going to be a squeaky, lumpy disaster? A great online store doesn't just list features, it actively calms these fears down.
And building that trust can be surprisingly easy. A clear comparison table, just like this one, instantly makes you look like the expert. You're shifting the dynamic from just selling stuff to helping the customer make the right choice for them. This simple act of guidance reduces their anxiety, builds their confidence, and, you guessed it, dramatically cuts down on returns.
And this brings us to our next big point. In a market where everyone's worried about quality, honesty becomes your single greatest sales tool. You're not just building a product page, you're basically making a promise of trust with your customer.
Okay, now here is the secret weapon, the absolute game changer when it comes to selling air mattresses honestly. It's called the first night problem. So many angry one-star reviews come from people who think their brand new mattress is leaking. But here's the thing, it's not. The material is just stretching and settling. By simply explaining this up front, hey, a quick top-up after the first night is totally normal, you transform a potential bad review into a 5-star, wow, thanks for the helpful tip moment.
And guess what? You don't need a massive warehouse to do this well. A smart, focused product range is so much more powerful than 100 confusing options. Just cover the main bases, single guest, double guest, and a camper. Then add the must-have extras. This guides your customer, gets rid of their confusion, and leads them straight to a confident purchase.
So look at it this way. For every customer fear, there is a simple, honest solution. Are they worried about it deflating? You explain the first night stretch. Do they think it's complicated? You show a quick inflation video. By meeting these worries head-on with helpful content, you build a level of trust that those giant price-focused marketplaces just can't compete with.
So, you've got the product, you know your niche, and you have a plan to sell with total honesty. That's an awesome strategy. But a strategy is only as good as your ability to actually do it. So, how do you build the store?
And this, right here, is where so many fantastic ideas just die. The fear of technology, of web design, hosting, payment gateways, it can be completely overwhelming. It's enough to make you stop before you even start.
Sure, you could just list your stuff on a giant marketplace, but think about what you lose. On a marketplace, it's just a race to the bottom on price. You can't explain the first night stretch. It's way harder to sell those profitable bundles. Having your own store gives you back control, the control you need to actually pull off your strategy.
So the perfect solution, then, is something that gives you all the power of your own store, but without the tech stress. It lets you focus on what you're good at, your product and your customers, while somebody else handles the complicated stuff in the background.
And that brings us to the engine of our whole case study. A service called Make Local for Global is designed for this exact situation. It's a done-for-you service that builds and launches your online shop so you can focus on selling instead of fighting with code.
Let's just look at how they solved the biggest headaches for a new business. Worried about how long it'll take? Your store is live in just 5 days. Concerned about fees eating into your profit? They take zero commission. You keep every penny you earn. Afraid of making a big commitment? It's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. For a new business, this just removes a massive amount of risk and delay.
And then there's the price, which is honestly pretty unbelievable. Their starting local plan is just £99. And that's not per month, that's for the entire year. No hidden fees, no surprises. That one price makes starting a real, professional-looking business a reality for pretty much anyone.
And this is way more than just a template. It's a complete launchpad. They design your brand, they build the store, they handle all the techie stuff like your domain and email, and they even set up payments. Then, when they hand over the keys, they give you training and support so you're ready to hit the ground running. It's a fully guided path from your idea to opening day.
And the tools you get are built to pull off the exact strategy we've been talking about. Unlimited listings mean you can create those smart product bundles we discussed. AI tools can help you write those honest, trust-building descriptions that prevent returns. You get everything you need with real support when you have a question. The tech is finally there to help your strategy not get in its way.
And that really brings us to the core takeaway from all of this. Success isn't about having the most complicated product or the flashiest website. It's about having a focused, customer-first strategy and a simple, reliable platform that lets you bring that strategy to life.
So, as we finish up, let's go back to that first idea. An air mattress solves a simple, urgent problem. And I bet you have your own air mattress, an idea, a product, a skill that solves a real problem for someone out there. Now that you've seen how a clear strategy and the right platform can come together, the only real question left is, what's stopping you?